One of the biggest ways to attract your loved ones and neighbors to Christ is by astonishing them through your stunning, totally countercultural humility, unconditional love, and kind acts of service. See, some of you are coming here tonight because you saw the title. Some of you saw the title and you're like, I want to be a stunning woman. How do I become a stunning? And you're thinking I was going to give makeup tips or something. But I would not be the person to come to for that, right? But you know what? You can stun people in a really good way when you live this way. Again, one of the biggest ways you can attract people to Christ is by astonishing them through your stunning, totally countercultural humility, unconditional love, and kind acts of service. Philippians 2, starting in verse 14, so we're going back to our text now. Philippians 2, starting at 14, it says, "Do all things without grumbling or disputing, so that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world." We're supposed to be like a shining light in a dark, dark, evil world, filled with selfishness and pride and evil. I mean, we had that happen today. If some of you heard the news about another mass shooting. It's like, the world is a dark place, but we're supposed to be the ones shining in the darkness. God is asking you and me to stun and astonish people around us with our love, with our humility, with our kindness, so that they actually are intrigued about this Christ that we serve. That their interest is piqued, like, she seems so loving, she's so kind, she's so peaceful, she seems so centered, like she has this deep faith. What's up with that woman? I kind of want to find out why she's like that. That's what we're supposed to be like, attracting people to Christ because of the way that we act instead of grumbling and complaining and such. Now for me, the only way I can do this without complaining or having a pity party is by continually coming to God for my approval. I cannot seek to get validation, affirmation, approval from people, because often they don't even notice my kind acts of service. Have any of you ever done that? You're like kind of proud of yourself, like you did something great, and then no one even notices. And you're like, whatever, I'm never doing this again. Does anyone ever? Because then you know that you're actually just doing it because you want people to go, you're just amazing, right? But we can't perform for that audience of people. We perform for an audience of one. We have to get our validation from God, right? Galatians 1 verse 10 says, "Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ." I love this verse because did you know that the Bible talks about people pleasers? Right there. There you go, right? We're not supposed to be people pleasers for the sake of pleasing people, which is usually about us feeling good. Usually people pleasers, it's because I can say this because I've been one, it's like, I want you to notice me, think I'm awesome, and so I'm going to do everything that you want, and yeah. But that's not really how this is all supposed to work. We're supposed to have unconditional love, have humility, kind acts of service, but it's because we want to draw people to Christ, not because we want them to say, that Debbie Chavez, she's just amazing, right? Yeah. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Anyway, sometimes your acts of love might be, now here's an interesting thing. Sometimes your acts of love might be helping someone, encouraging them, but sometimes your kindest act of love might be gently and lovingly confronting someone if they are on a destructive course. Maybe with an addiction. I mean, if you see someone heading over a cliff, is not the kindest, most loving thing you can do is rescuing them from going over the cliff, right? And I don't mean rescuing in the sense of enabling, but saying, you know what, hey, I see you are headed in a bad direction here, and I love you too much to see you go this way. James 5, starting in verse 19, says, "My brothers and sisters, if one of you should wander from the truth and someone should bring that person back, remember this, whoever turns a sinner from the error of their way will save them from death and cover over a multitude of sins. But for a conflict avoider, this is stretching." Okay, I just have to see, in a room this size, how many of you are conflict avoiders? Wow, except for this table. Like, what is up with you people over there? Oh, they're like, well, maybe you've been to be. It's like there just has to be a couple. Yeah, okay, I call myself a recovering conflict avoider. I am in a recovery for conflict avoidance. But this is stretching to think, okay, maybe the kindest, most loving thing I can do is to sit down with my husband at the right time with the guidance of the Holy Spirit and say, you know what, your drinking is out of control, and I'm worried for your health. I'm worried you're going to get pulled over for a DUI. This is not good. It's not good for our marriage. You're isolating, whatever. And like, I love you too much to see you go this direction. For conflict avoiders, that is stretching, but is not that the most loving thing to do sometimes? Yeah. Galatians 6:1 says, brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But here's the deal. Again, back to the title of our thing, becoming a stunning woman. Won't that person, whether it's your husband, your coworker, your child, adult child, whatever, won't they be stunned? Won't you be a stunning woman when the way you approach them is not all shrill and shrieking and condemning and yelling at them, but it's kind, it's loving, it's gentle? That will be stunning, right? Because that's not very typical. Because usually when we get upset with someone, we just either are the conflict avoider who stuffs and then eventually does have a volcanic eruption, or we just do it right away and just, let him have it, right? But wouldn't it be stunning if you're the woman who gently, lovingly, calmly, succinctly doesn't talk for 5 hours about it, but just, concisely says, here's the problem, here's what I'm suggesting you need to do, why don't you think about it overnight, let's talk about it again tomorrow morning, I love you, I'm for you. You're like, whoa, this is not that bad. She's kind of stunning.